Hello, everyone. My name is Jing Han. I'm the director of the Institute for Australian and Chinese Arts and Culture at Western Sydney University. I acknowledge that we are on the land of the Darug people and pay our respect to their elders, past, present, and emerging. Today, we are very pleased to have this opportunity to have a candid quiz with artist Chris Yee. Hello, Chris.
Hey, how's it going? How's it going? How are you?
Good. Okay, let's start. My first question, what is your Chinese zodiac sign?
It's A. I'm the year of the snake, so I'm a snake.
Wow, I know you are 25.
Yep,
See,
100%.
yes, that's the sneaky way of Chinese asking how old people are. So we don't ask direct questions, but we work out very quickly. Okay, next question. When did you decide to be an artist? A, the moment I was born. B, when I failed my maths. C, when I could stand up for myself. D, when I realized I had a talent. E, when the other option was to be a medical doctor. F, other, please specify.
My answer is A, the moment I was born, because I was born with a twin brother and we've always been doing everything together. So drawing was one of our hobbies and sort of pastimes and became our passion.
Wow, that's excellent. Okay, next question. Why did you choose to be an artist? A, to be starving. B, to become famous. C, to live an interesting life. D, to find an escape in the art world. E, I had no other choice.
C, to live an interesting life. I think that I just thought it would give me so many opportunities and possibilities, and there's such a question mark, what an artist is, and even when I was young, so it's something I wanted to explore. Yeah.
Next question. What was the biggest obstacle or pressure in your path of becoming an artist? A, your parents and family expectations. B, financial concerns. C, societal pressure and a measure of a success. D, doubt of your own talent. E, lack of a support to and appreciation of young artists.
My answer is E, lack of support and appreciation of young artists, especially young Asian artists. When I was starting, it was very hard to find good examples, but things have changed and it's gone a lot better. But when I was beginning, it was really hard to find, especially in my local area, any sort of support, but it's a lot better now.
Next question. What is the most common response from people when you tell them you're an artist? A, really? B, that's very nice. C, lucky you. D, can you make a living by creating art? E, so you're your own boss.
I think it's B. That's very nice. It's the thing where people don't want to really ask and be like, oh, that's really, really nice. Or also like D as well, like, oh, how much money do you make? So it's a mixture between B and D. Yeah.
Great answer. Next question. Who are your loyal supporters? A, your family. B, fellow artists. C, art lovers. D, gallery owners. E, none of the above.
It has to be A, my family. Never question what I've been doing. And we've all kind of been doing crazy stuff, me and my brothers, and my mom always supported us. So it's always been smooth sailing, in our family, and just sort of encouragement, just out of minding each other's business and just support. It's been great.
Next question. Who has had the biggest influence in your life?
My biggest influence in my life would have to be my twin brother, Andrew, just because, we're born at the same time. We're both snakes. We are both, doing creative work, but it's always good to have someone, to sort of share your crazy ideas and to encourage you, especially in the creative field, just to, when you feel like you're a bit lost, to get that sort of push. Yeah, my twin.
Oh, lucky you have a twin brother. Okay, next question. Which artist do you find the most inspiring in Australia? A, Guan Wei. B, Guan Wei. C, Guan Wei. D, Guanwei. E, other, please name.
A and E. So literally Guan Wei, because I did write an essay about him in year 12 as a source of inspiration for Asian artists and Australian Asian artists. And in year 12, I also wrote an essay about one of my good best friends, James Durrett Patradoon. So it's these two sort of figures in my life that, I've met both of them now. I met Guan recently, it's really lovely. And James is one of my good friends as well. But at a time when I was sort of beginning my career, especially in Sydney, they were both inspirations, as cultural advocates for me. So I really appreciate them and their work.
Great, and a very clever answer too. So I really appreciate it. Okay, next question is, on average, how long does it take you to create an artwork? A week, B, a month, C, half a year, D, a year, E, other, please specify.
A week, I didn't really think too long about it. There's some development, but I feel that, I go with my gut, and I usually go with my raw feeling and the emotion at the time. I don't like to sort of ponder too much in my work. I sort of just go for it and, make more and make a collection and a story based around that.
Very interesting you say that, because last week I met an artist. She said the similar thing. She said usually the shortest time that it took her, it is one of the best artwork that she creates. And the longer one is actually, she said, it's just so bumpy. And then it actually didn't end up to be a good one. It's sort of disrupted, or it's interesting. Like she said, it's like a difficult labor.
Yeah, and I always find, some advice I heard when I was younger, like your best artwork's always your next one, So, and especially if art's sort of speaking about the time that is now or whatever you're feeling at the moment, that's how I kind of act in it as well, making the art that I feel and think about at that time, because, it'll be older thoughts a year from now, 2 years from now, so a different perspective. So,
makes sense.
Yeah.
Next question, which colors do you use most often and why?
I use the color red often. I think because, there's the passionate connotation and all the emotion behind it, but it's something that really just sort of sticks out and sort of punches up images and makes it very visible. With digital work though, when it comes to red, it gets a bit blurry, but often red. And I like the color red.
Oh, good. You can work for Western Sydney University.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah. I noticed.
Okay, next question. What do you do when you experience an artist block? A, have a few drinks. B, take a break or read a book. C, start another project. D, simply wait till inspiration comes back. E, none of the above.
My answer is A, have a few drinks, because since I work within like a week turnaround, usually, I usually always find time. I think it's important for any artist to sort of take a break from your normal sort of creative life. So I do end up having drinks with my friends, taking a bit of a break, recovering to the next week, and then sort of starting the process again where I can get refreshed and sort of revitalized. Because I don't like to be too stuck on one kind of like, especially if it's a nagging creative block, sort of have that drive, and beer usually does that. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure your friends would like you to have artist block more frequently. It's good. Okay, next questions. Do you have a recurrent theme?
Yes, I do. Recently, it's been a lot about my area and the cultural sort of conflict in my area between the Australian community, the Korean community, and the Chinese community, and the unity between Eastwood and Ryde. I find really, really interesting. It's similar to other sort of diaspora stories around Sydney, but it's just something that isn't really spoken about because there aren't that many artists from Ryde. There are more, but it's something I'm really interested in, just the story of Ryde, whatever that is. Yeah.
Good one. Next one. Which of the following scenarios would annoying you?
Yeah.
A, people misunderstand your artwork. B, your artwork is hung upside down by mistake. C, some viewers are critical of your works. D, someone you barely know asks you to draw a picture as a free gift.
My answer is D, someone you barely know asks you to draw pictures as a free gift. I haven't had that much criticism you know, from my family, friends, and peers, by my work, everyone's quite lovely. But yeah, D for sure, because I guess like, you know, growing up in Riot, once again, not many creative people, creative community, a lot of Chinese family and stuff like that. People just presume it's drawing. Like, so I get asked all the time, and I've done it heaps. So it's like I haven't said no. I've been really bad. So there's probably like 80 like personalized drawings of dogs and cats I've done in my life. Yeah.
I kind of can relate to that because I do translation. So I often have a friends to say, oh, can you translate this poem for me? I'm going to a birthday party or whatever. What?
Yeah, when? Now? Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so next question. What is the constant challenge you face in your artistic creation? A, fear of a failure. B, lack of a financial support. C, too much fun. D, not enough time. E, constant disruptions.
D, not enough time. I think that's also why I like to work relatively quickly too. You know, I do like, there's a lot of ideas you want to sort of have and create, especially, you know, if ideas are fleeting and thoughts are fleeting as well. But also I do like to enjoy my life as well, and time that's not making work. So, you know, I think that's a challenge for all creatives, sort of finding that balance between, you know, making stuff you want to do and then, you know, just having some time off and cooling down. Yeah.
That's a very good one. Next question. What matters to you? A, to be true to yourself. B, to be successful. C, to make a difference. D, to be happy. E, all of the above. F, none of the above.
I would say E, all of the above, just because, like, you know, with making work, I believe it's such a storytelling narrative, storytelling sort of, you know, a device, making art, telling your own story. So it is something that can be true to you. You know, you can be successful in telling a story that's something that's genuine to yourself. And, you know, it can make you happy because, you know, if you're happy in yourself, you're happy in your work, it should be reflective in your work as well. So yeah, I think all of the above, you know, and it can make a cultural, social difference as well if you're speaking about these important stories that haven't been really spoken about. So yeah, art's a really good medium of capturing all of those answers as one. Yeah.
Well, you are super smart, Chris. You defeated my question in a way you link them all up in such a logical way. Yeah, make all the sense. It's a great answer. Next question, who do you think you are? A, determined. B, interesting. C, idealistic. D, focused. E, easygoing. F, other. Please specify.
I think C, idealistic. You know, I'm generally positive. And it's kind of been the way I've approached my art career or everything in life, you know, where there hasn't been much guidance. I'm just sort of figuring it out on my own. You know, step by step, whether it's a mural, visual work, animation, tapestry work, just being very idealistic about the result and being like, you know, if I could give it a shot, tell the story that I want to do within it. You know, I studied design. I half the things I do now, I'm not even qualified to do. So I think I'm just very idealistic and positive, and that's kind of been the driving force to do my art career and become an artist, I think. Yeah.
Does your brother Andrew share the same?
Yeah, it's completely. So just like, you know, having someone else sort of lean your crazy ideas on never makes you feel negative where you're like, you doubt yourself, because at least I have someone to be like, hey, is this good an idea? Or can we do this? And he'll straight away be like, yeah, because, you know, we both sort of just push each other. Yeah.
Yeah, so good, so good. I can imagine how happy your mom is.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the best like decision making, but it's just like it's kind of crazy forward thinking. You know, we don't really
not just a one, but two.
Yeah, exactly.
Double happiness. Next question: who is your favorite prime minister or politician in Australia? Well, you can say none. You know.
Yeah, I think none, because I can't really relate to any, and maybe in the future, you know, but at the moment in my lifetime, I can't specifically relate to any or see myself or anyone I grew up with in any prime minister or their choices. So probably none. Yeah.
I understand your answer. And maybe one day one of your friends or someone around you that'll become prime minister. Wow,
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that could be really,
that'll be fantastic one day. Yeah. Okay, next question. What's your poison? Meaning your favorite beverage. A, tea. B, coffee. C, whiskey or vodka. D, tap water. E, Milo. F, wine. G, milk bubble tea.
B, coffee. I was addicted to coffee the last couple of years. I've been drinking so many ice long blacks just from like the local sort of Korean cafes in my area. I love it. It just feels so refreshing. And it does taste like dirt and water combined, but I love ice long blacks. It's like my favorite kind of like coffee drink. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure now you are advertising for that.
Yeah.
People wouldn't go for it.
Yeah.
Okay. What did you listen to while you're working on your art during the lockdowns? A, classical music or jazz. B, Chinese traditional music like erhu or pipa. C, heavy metal. D, top chart pop music. E, industrial noise in your neighborhood. F, nagging from household members. G, silence.
Probably D and E. So pop music in the sense of like K-pop has been playing a lot in my apartment, and Oasis for some reason. I don't know why. I think I got obsessed with Oasis the last couple of months, which is really weird. And I guess industrial noise. There's so many drilling and like just construction in the area, I guess, because like, construction's back. So I'm so used to it now. And the train line, I'm right next to the train line. So I'm just used to the sound of the train. Just, it's nothing to me now, but just drilling, constant drilling in my apartment. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so many people around my neighborhood are doing renovations. So yes, drilling all the time. And also next door neighbor, they have a troops. So I hear
all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm so numb to it now. I'm just used to it. Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, great. Next question. If you were a multi-billionaire, what would be your preferred mode of transport? A, private jet. B, bright red Mercedes with 888 next to your initials in register plate. C, latest electric scooter. D, public transport. Last one, mountain bike. Oh, no, there is F, walk to get to your 10,000 steps in.
I think D, public transport. I love public transport, even though it can be gross sometimes or like late. I love just sort of having that time just to sort of for myself, and just especially air conditioning on a hot summer's day, stepping out of the heat, stepping into a cold bus or train. I love that feeling. It's like the feeling when you go into a movie cinema and it's hot. I love that air conditioning feeling and just sort of being able to sit there and not move. Well, you're moving outside, but not moving in your seat. I love public transport. I don't know why. And I can't drive. So, as you know. So, I love public transport. It's my favorite thing.
Well, I think Sydney Metro should fund you to be their spokesperson.
I should.
It's so convincing. And even I can feel like, yes.
Air conditioning.
Air conditioned, trains. It feels so comfy. Yeah, it's a great image in the head. Last question. COVID permitting, where would be your dream destination of a travel and why?
Probably Japan, I have a lot of sort of connections there. It's such a source of inspiration for a lot of creatives. And yeah, just somewhere I always usually go where I'm so used to it now. I don't really have to think. I can just kind of get off the plane and just sort of go into my spots I know and feel very comfortable going to. But yeah, just for inspiration, there's so many great illustrators and material out in Japan. And yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah, Japan, yeah.
Thank you so much, Chris. It's a great answers that you give to us. It's so fascinating. And we get to see a lot is actually about you from your answers. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Great questions. And yeah, looking forward to the show. Thank you so much.